Hello everyone and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. This is the full release of Kerbal Space Program, so we're in version 1 and above now. Finally, it's been a long early access, but what a great game this is. Thanks for coming along. Anyway, I wanted to show you in this video an introduction and beginner's guide to launching your first rocket and things like that, and show you around all these little different parts that are on the map here. So this one at the top left hand corner here is contracts. So if you go in here, you can accept your first contracts and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what you need to do. So I'm going to launch our first vessel. Let's accept that one. Click on the green tick. Escape the atmosphere. Not quite sure we can do that yet. So let's gather scientific data from Kerbin. So let's go ahead and accept that one. Now we can exit here. Now the next building along is the Spaceplane hangar. In here you can load it up and build your space planes if you've unlocked the parts. We haven't unlocked any parts yet, so there's no point in trying to build anything just yet. The next one down is where you can hire Kerbals. So if you fancy any of these Kerbals and you think they can do a better job than the ones you start off with, personally Jebediah is my favorite. I don't think you can beat Jebediah. I like Bill and Bob too. Valentina is a new one on me, but there we go. So yeah, you can go ahead, fire and hire and blah blah blah. Then we go on to spending our research points. Now for that, we need to access this building here. So as you can see, you've basically got a flow diagram of all the different parts you can unlock. So if you go ahead and click these two, this is where you start over here on the left, start researched. Click on that and it shows you the first parts that you've got access to. So we've got access to a basic fin, command pod, a flea solid fuel booster, containment unit for mystery goo, modular girder segment, and a parachute, which will come in handy for not killing your Kerbals. So in order to unlock the next part along in our research tree, you go to basic rocketry or engineering. Now for these, you can see in the right hand side here, where my mouse is, that to unlock those you need 5 research points. Now don't worry about the research points just yet, I'll show you how to get those, but let's finish off our little tour. So over here on the right, if we click on this building, this is where you can track all your objects around Kerbin. You can zoom out, you can use the right mouse button, click that down and sort of scroll around, have a little look around, see what's around. But we haven't got any tracked objects yet because this is our first launch in the career mode. I'm playing it on normal. And then finally, there is one other building actually, which is this one, which we'll go into more detail on that later. But you can apply different campaigns and so on and so forth. So if we exit there and finally go into the rocket building area. So if we go ahead in here and just place down our first command pod, so we'll put that there. Then we look at our engines, our fuel tanks, we haven't got any. On the top left hand side of the screen this is engines. This is where you build all the, where you build your rocket from. So you use all these parts and you can build your rocket. So as you can see, we really haven't got very much right now. I'm going to go ahead and take a parachute. We can activate the parachute and save our Kerbal if anything goes wrong, and also to recover our research points. So all we can really do right now is put this solid fuel booster, the flea, on the bottom and get ready to launch. So let's go ahead and load into, actually not yet. First of all, we need to change the order in which our different parts are going to fire. So this is very important because if you put the solid fuel booster in the same part as the parachute, then what you're going to see is your solid fuel booster fire and your parachute will fire at the same time, and it will be no good to you when it comes to landing. So what we need to do is move that to its own segment. Now these activate from the bottom up. So the first one that will activate in our rocket will be the solid fuel booster, then the parachute is our next stage. Let's go ahead and launch, and we will try to get some data. Now, the command pod we're using actually has a Kerbal on board. There he is, Jebediah, the main man. So the first thing you might want to do is go down here, press EVA. That'll get your little Jebediah on the outside of his rocket. Right-click on him and press EVA report. Now, that'll give you 5.6 science if we recover it. We could transmit it, but we haven't really got any antenna or anything yet, so let's keep that data. Board him back in the ship by pressing B, as it says. Then the next thing we can do is take off, really. And that's about it. So I think we could have put the mystery goo on, but we won't bother with that just yet. This is a very simple rocket build. Now, the solid fuel booster burns at a consistent pace. You can't control it using the thruster, so I won't go into that just yet. So all you really need to do right now is press spacebar, and away you go. You take off. You can zoom in and out using the mouse wheel, and if I click up here, you can see our fuel is spent. So we can't really get any higher. Should get some little notifications coming up over here. Contract complete, contract complete. So here we go. Launch our first vessel, achieved goal, set altitude record of 3,500 meters, which we've done. Set distance record, we haven't done that yet. Set speed record of 150 meters per second, achieved. Set speed record of 300 meters per second, achieved. So there we go. So literally now our spacecraft is going to start plummeting down to Earth, or Kerbin. So what you want to do really is press spacebar again, and that will activate your parachute, as you can see. So let's just scroll around so you can see that. Now, it hasn't fully extended yet because it has a set height that it deploys. So if we go ahead and fast forward using the full stop button, we can watch our rocket plummet to the ground, and you'll see the parachute open gradually. There we go. Now, this is very early steps, guys, but you're going to get some research points from this and unlock the next part. So this is great. There we go. We've landed. Slow the game down. Now, all you have to do now is press escape, go back to the Space Center, and Jebediah will be happy as Larry. Now, what we want to do is go to this part. You can see that's where our rocket has landed. So we want to go to the Space Shuttle Recovery Station, or Tracking Station, and we can see it's here now. So we left-click on that. We click on Recover in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Press Recover, and there we go. So you can see we have recovered 5.6 science from Jebediah's little evac over on Kerbin, and then we've got a recovery of a vessel that survived a flight. So we get another 5 scientific data for that. So go ahead, press Next, and we get all these parts returned because we've recovered them and they're not broken or anything. So that's good because you have to manage a budget. And then we've recovered Jebediah, and he's got 1 XP. Whoop, whoop. Total reputation 30. So let's go ahead and exit here and go and spend our research points. So if we go into the research building, which is here, you can see we now have 21.6 research points to spend. So you've only got these 2 to unlock. So I'm going to go ahead and unlock basic rocketry, which gives us access to a liquid fuel engine, solid fuel booster, another one, different attributes, and a liquid fuel tank. So liquid fuel booster, or liquid fuel engine, and liquid fuel tank. They work in harmony, which I'll show you more of in the next video. And so we'll unlock that one, and we can also unlock this one, which includes, this is Engineering 101 by the way, this includes a Mark 1 cockpit, a Science Junior, which gives you more science points when you use it, a little Communitron 16, which is an antenna to beam back scientific data, and a stack decoupler, which is awesome for decoupling parts of your rocket that you've already used and you don't need any more. So there we go. So we've unlocked these 2 parts. Now the next parts on the technology tree, as you can see, survivability costs 15 science, stability costs 18 science, and general rocketry costs 20 science. So in order to unlock those, you're going to need to do another mission. But that's it. That's the very basics, guys. Hopefully I've given you everything you need to know. And if I haven't, then please do let me know in the comments. And yeah, let me know how you're getting on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video very soon. Bye-bye.